As my mother's health was indifferent, I was born so subnormal in weight and size that the doctor who had attended to my birth gave up hopes of my survival. Thin and rickety, I looked no bigger than a mouse, so my mother told me. However, I survived. Though I never picked up much flesh and fat, I was very lively. Vivaciousness is my second nature. I must have some physical work to do, be it walking, running, or gardening. When I grew up, I formed my own cricket team and played this game right up to my MA class and liked it so much and played it so well that the members of the staff and students at Deccan College were surprised to see me on the occasion of the college annual day that I could bowl, bat, and field as well as a seasoned player, even at the age of 60. I was capable of enduring such physical hardships. I did not know then my habit of long walks would pay me dividends one day when, as an archaeologist, I would trudge long distances in plains, dales, and hills. We left for Langnaj as soon as I completed the report on first expedition. The first human skeleton of Stone Age man was discovered on February 28, 1944. Iravati Karve was so much pleased that she thought of celebrating the occasion by offering me a glass of lemon juice. This did not agree with me, not being accustomed to cold drinks even on a very hot day. I must say frankly that I have not heard of Nevasa before. We went to Nevasa. We saw a huge mound cut into two, some of its sides having been exposed by the local earth grabbers. Nevasa has turned out to be the first site in India where the three characteristic cultural manifestations of the Old Stone Age were clearly recognized. It was this history of man's continued development for more than 100,000 years that has been graphically displayed in our museum at the Deccan College. For enabling us to do so, we shall ever be grateful to Sri Jnaneshwar. What I was so anxiously looking for was offered by Inam Gaon, a completely undisturbed site on the bank of Ghod river not too far from Pune. At Inam Gaon, I was anxious to know the unit of the family. A few American students, having participated in this prehistoric house excavation, have now planned a small excavation of their own near Inam Gaon. We have further tried to ascertain the habit of each family from the study of animal bones in each of the houses. All the awards which I got, I value most the Brucefoot plaque awarded to me by the Anthropology Department of Calcutta University. As Kalidas has said long ago, that it was always better to receive a gift or get one's wishes fulfilled from persons who are more qualified. It is said that scholars and scientists love to live in ivory towers. Not only do they not care to share their knowledge with the public, they regard it as sacrilege to gain cheap popularity. This attitude might have had some justification when we held ideas quite different from what we hold today about our duties towards society. Is it not a pity that the people in whose area we are excavating should not know what is happening? On the contrary, they would be proud of their village or town if they were told that their distant ancestors were not uncivilized, as they are commonly made to imagine. I have a strong desire to donate my body. As soon as I die, let the limbs of my body, such as cornea of the eyes and the kidneys, if they are in a good condition, be immediately removed and used for transplantation or stored for future use. The rest of the body may be skinned and the skin also used for grafting. The articulated skeleton might then be presented to a medical college or department of archaeology if they so desire. Thus, both the mortal remains and other effects will be utilized for the benefit of the students. As far back as 1958, I had thought of building a small house on the campus of the Deccan College. If the trustees permitted me to build one, by granting a piece of land with a definite legal contract that the house, after the death of both of us, myself and my wife, would belong to the college. This suggestion the trustees had readily accepted. Since 1963, we have been staying in a house built by me on the campus of Deccan College called Sachitanand. To the west and the southwest of our house, the entire area was occupied by the military. Now there are a few buildings here, but before 1972, there was none. My colleagues say, half in joke and half seriously, if I were not still occupying the site of my prehistoric residence. No wonder they say that the stone tools gravitate towards me, because I have been used to handling them all these ages. Whenever I go to the countryside, I find that the nature talks to me about the ages gone by. The desire to know our past took a definite shape in May 1924. At that time, I was staying with my parents in a sanatorium at Nasik. The sanatorium had a library. In it, I found a Gujarati translation of Bal Gangadhar Tilak's The Arctic Home in the Vedas. I read through this book, though I do not know how much of it I then understood. One thing that impressed me was that I should do something to know about the Aryans in India, for which I thought a good knowledge of Sanskrit and mathematics would be necessary. So at the age of 15 or thereabout, I decided to opt for Sanskrit for the degree of BA. This was the most important decision from which I did not deviate in the least. And knowing how indecisive Indian students are, my decision must be regarded as something providential. All the books that I have, and there are quite a few and many of them expensive, I have presented to the college library. Further, I have also made a provision in my will for the physical expansion of the department, as the present one is indeed insufficient. God willing, this last wish will also be fulfilled. I suffered from severe diarrhea, which was diagnosed after 2 months as due to nervous disorder. What was needed was a change of surroundings and sympathetic treatment. So I went to my cousin and uncle's daughter at Malabar Hills. Here, gradually I recovered, so much so that I could complete a prize essay which I had written under a pen name on the Chaitya caves in the Bombay Presidency for the Bhagwan Lal Indraji Prize and Gold Medal. At the Deccan College, I met Dr. S.M. Katre, Dr. Iravati Karve, C.R. Shankaran, Chand Sheikh, Dr. R.G. Harshe Kanitkar, T.S. Shezwalkar for the first time. Except Dr. Katre, I did not correspond with any of them earlier. Next day, or perhaps the same day, Dr. V.M. Apte joined us. I had never studied prehistory nor handled Paleolithic, Microlithic and Neolithic finds. When the Deccan College was shifted to the Jijibur Castle, the late Dr. Iravati Karve asked me to teach European history. She placed in my hands Gigi Mikurdi's Human Origins so that I could teach prehistory and share some of her burden. My wife participated in all our explorations, walking with her sandals on stones and sands miles on end. Naturally, when she discovered anything, a paleolith or a microlith, I included her name in my weekly reports. I must say Sarla had an eye for locating the microliths. Usually it was from the rat holes that she ferreted out these tiny tools. At home, I was not much of a company because right from 4 a.m. till evening, I would be reading or writing. Finding me so much engrossed in my work, sitting alone and thinking, she would often remark, "You have married the muse of archaeology and not me." However, she would be reconciled to her lot. I must say that but for my wife's constant care and willing company in lonely places and at home, I could not have been able to accomplish so much. Archaeology brought me in touch with geology, paleontology, climatology, and ethnography. Thus, in one way or other, all or major aspects of archaeology I have had the occasion to handle. Some of my friends have called me a versatile genius, and though I feel greatly flattered by this description, people have wondered how all this became possible. According to them, I was born to be an archaeologist.